Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Hurley Investments Market View Commentary for Monday the 11th. Let's just call this simply, we'll call it post-election next steps for the market. So I'm going to make the assumption that everyone knows that Trump won, right? So, with Trump winning, what are the expectations? And I want you guys to kind of give me the thoughts here. What are the expectations with a Trump win or a Republican sweep? And please keep it related to the stock market, because that's what we're here. How's it going to affect our stock market? How's it going to affect us? I know there are about a half a dozen points that we can talk about, but there you go. Taxes. Thank you, Dave. Taxes on realized gains, not, and I would call them phantom gains. So obviously, I think that is rather important. Kind of funny, both you came on taxes. Taxes lower for middle class and corporations. So if you have an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, you obviously are going to be protected in that regard. Very good. Tariffs against China. I would probably put Iran in there to be 100% correct. And I'm probably going to put Russia in there because that's what he did before. So here's a question on this one. Were the cost of goods higher because of tariffs in Trump's first term? Were any of you affected by the cost of goods being higher in the first term? Because that's when it really hit China. So Dave said, no, but I didn't buy an electric car, which is interesting because I'm not sure the electric car is coming from China, to be honest with you. But I would agree. Is there anyone here that thinks things were more expensive for you because of the Trump tariffs? I wish Maud was here. Maud would know quite a bit in regards to this and the medical field. It will make Chinese electric cars cheaper in Brazil. There you go, Abraham. Trump's tariffs are going to help you get more electric cars in Brazil. And they're already dumping them in there, huh? So, Abraham, out of curiosity, Brazil did not have the infrastructure set up in the early 90s to late 90s for electric cars. Do you feel that Brazil has the infrastructure to accommodate electric cars? And Abraham, what part of Brazil do you live in? Going to wait for a second for Abraham to give us an answer. If he feels, Abraham, do you feel that the infrastructure is set up in Brazil for electric cars? And what part of Brazil do you live in? So Abraham says only in the big cities like Sao Paulo, where I am. Awesome. Okay. All right. Anything else? They sell hybrids, so gasoline is a backup. Love it. What are other expectations for Trump? Jim, awesome point. Military spending, I agree 100%, which equal more U.S. contracts for U.S. companies. Very interesting. That might bring Boeing if they can't screw things up. Lockheed Martin. Excellent. And I missed, Mary, where'd you type something in here? Military spending. Exiting wars. Yes, but so let me put that to gasoline, right? Gasoline. Let's just put it as drill, baby, drill for lower gas prices, but it hurt the Chevrons, the Exxon Mobils, the Valeros with their earnings. So yes, I will agree with you. Individuals will get more gas, will get cheaper gas, but it hurt the first time around the gas sellers. It helped gas exploration or refiners. I'm now noticing Bill put that in. So to be honest with you, I also believe my first time through, he cut prices on medications and medical charges. So I think to a certain degree you might have some problems in the medical field. Part of me wishes again Mary or Babu is here. Those two are in those fields right now. So the short answer is we had last week we had an S&P of 2.53. I think that was the highest because we then had 0.74, 0.38, 1.23. So pretty nice. We had a 2.53 day in the S&P 500. And I just took some snippet shots of some account values. Some of the smaller ones, when we had the big pop on Under Armour, it's not all the time, but with what we do gives us the opportunity on a single stock at earnings to be up 5.8% in a day. And this was on Thursday of last week. Thursday of last week with the S&P up 0.74. We had an account that was up 5.85% in a day. And yes, these are some smaller ones, a 6.68. One that was 211,000 was up 3.94. Again, a small one up 7.36. I do like this one. $700,000 account up 3.13. 82,000 up 4.87. $42,000 account up 10.77. $200,000 up 3.34. I love that we have the opportunities to have the opportunity to get some of these type of returns. We're sitting on some stocks that have huge upside potential. Earnings for some stocks have huge upside potential. And I'm going to say right now, as I'm taking a look at our upcoming, Disney is one of them. Baidu is one of them. Baidu's next week on Thursday. Nvidia is one of them. Square is one of them. Micron is one of them. Those are the ones that come off to the top of my head that we have some serious opportunity. Let's see what else we have. I'm kind of going through my my list. Apple, well, and this is some of these are maybe ones. Boeing has the opportunity, they're just not run that way. Bank of America has 25% upside. Disney's there. Google L. I can't wait to go through here in about 8 weeks our pricing for next year. Let's take a quick peek here. Key Corp is a bank, smaller bank. Might be putting some people into Key Corp. Obviously, Meta has huge upside opportunities. Micron I listed. Netflix is so high, it's unbelievable. Income Realty with lower rates should do amazingly well. Square, already talked about. Under Armour obviously has some big upside opportunities. Verizon has some big upside opportunities. There are some huge opportunities that are out there for stocks to make double their amount. Not just 25%, but Disney's traded significantly higher. Baidu's traded significantly higher. Nvidia's unknown. Square can get up to 140 on valuation. Boeing back up to the 400s. Google, you don't know. Key Corp could trade as high as 70. Income Realty at 120. Under Armour at 21, if not 27. Verizon at 55. There are some really big opportunities coming up. One of the big things is deregulation in industries will spark future growth. And yes, the question is, will that be for the benefit of the company or for the benefit of us? And we don't know. We truly don't know. We will find that out. I felt, in fact, for someone that maybe doesn't like Trump, I'll keep my, I won't tell you, I won't announce who says it. Was there something in the deregulation that Trump did last time that made you worry? Because I've got one. But was there something in the deregulation last time that would make you worry? I mean, I've got one right off the bat. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Rough to say this, but Musk is getting favors with Bitcoin and deregulation already. Bitcoin hit like $83,000, up 60%. because Trump made a couple comments that it doesn't have to be as heavily regulated. Even though, which is really funny, even though the SEC warned of more challenges to the regulatory system, and a great article on, hey, they're going to come down on cryptocurrency. They are making examples of that garbage and the fraud that's in the cryptocurrency world. They are going to have some ridiculous rules and regulations, much like the banks. I think they both deserved it, or will deserve it to a certain degree. So, yes, not too much of a big deal, but we will, here it comes. It's going to start coming. Nothing Trump's going to be able to do about it. And they should regulate the crap out of that industry. Great article on cryptocurrency and the regulation of it. All right. For us, coming up this week is a pretty quiet week except for Disney and Baba. I would expect our markets to go higher. And I'm going to say that understanding the Dow Jones in a week turned bullish and overbought. 5 days, boom, we hit it. We're bullish and overbought on the Dow. Will our markets end this week higher? We're riding the wave. The S&P went bullish and almost overbought. 69.16. 70 is the median line. As we see through June and July, we can stay overbought for an extended period of time. Usually the markets are not, though. Really unusual to see an overbought position for more than a day or two in the index. It will be interesting to see how this works out. And last but not least, the NASDAQ is also bullish in a single week and almost overbought as well. So there's not a lot of room to move higher in these upcoming weeks. It would not surprise me to see some individual stocks move higher, but as the whole, the market needs to move sideways for a little bit. And it will probably move sideways for a couple weeks, and then we'll get a Christmas rally end in November through the first week or two of December, and off we go to some higher highs. All right, what else do I have for you? I'm back on board for November. We'll probably be up 2%. I want to go higher than that, but I'm worried about our indexes being overbought, and that usually tops us out and going any higher. Earnings, I noticed no earnings to mention today. Hertz, Home Depot, Skyworks, Spotify on Tuesday. Wednesday is Cisco. Thursday is JD NetEase. Both those will be important for Baidu. Disney as well Thursday, and I'm pretty sure Disney is before the market opens. We rolled our protection up from 92 and 95 up to 100. And it would not surprise me to see Disney as high as 116 to 125 after earnings or by the end of the year. And it's all because, in all honesty, they didn't publish a couple of their movies that were woke. as well as they are cleaning house on some of the people that have been problems the last 4 years. I'm already going to tell you Disney's going to be my breakout stock for next year. It's being run in a way that, and by the person that got them to over 200 last time, Disney is going to be my breakout stock for next year. Friday, we have Alibaba. This week, very interesting, CPIs on Wednesday, PPIs on Thursday. This is going to let us know if inflation is tame. It will let us know if we can expect a rate cut in December or not. If inflation is not relatively stable, if not going down, we might not get a rate cut. We will not get a rate cut in December if these numbers are not good. So this is our canary in the coal mine for our December rate cut. If we're going to get 25 basis points, 50 basis points, or 0 basis points. And then on Friday, we have retail sales. And that's really the mover there that should start to do good as people are purchasing for Christmas. Still protecting through earnings. And we're also at previous highs. And some of what do we mean in regards to that? Oh no, I just moved that. Taking a look at a stock like Micron. Micron today fell below the 200-day. It fit roughly on it. Micron closed at 108.65. It's a 200-day, excuse me. The 200-day is at 108.82. We protected Micron because last time it broke through, it went down to the 50-day and bounced off of it. We put protection on Micron for exactly that same reason. We protected, I believe it was Apple today. Apple broke the 200. Probably going to go down to 219, 220. It's only $4 or $5, but we have a pattern here. 232, 232, 232, 237, 232. We have a problem. So we're here to protect and to be ready, but we protected for that reason. Under Armour, protection went back on Under Armour. Lululemon is affecting Under Armour. It's probably going to fill the gap. Protection went back on. What else? Disney World up to 100. Square, very interesting one on Square. We took protection off on Square today. Square did not have the best earnings. But deregulation moved Square literally from 74 up to 83 today. Let's hear it for something moving. And Square's traded north of 100. So there's another opportunity to start to shift out of financials. We might be moving out of some of Bank of America to push into Square that has that opportunity. Okay, what else do I have for you guys today? I've got a couple articles actually pre-election. Trump win and threat of more tariffs raises expectations for more China stimulus. Well, last Friday, China put stimulus of $1.4 trillion to work for their country. I'm giving you information to understand how China is trying to protect their own expectations in their own country for inevitable China tariffs for the U.S. Great article to understand how this is going to work. Please take the time to read this. I'm doing everything I can to get this posted tomorrow by noon, working with Dave on that. The Fed's expected to cut interest rates again on Thursday. Here's what you need to know. A great article. Of course, we know they cut the interest rates. But to better understand, to recalibrate policy and what they're trying to do, an excellent article to understand what the Fed is doing and why, and how if Trump does tax cuts, higher spending, aggressive tariffs, maybe they're going to pull back on doing those rate cuts. It would be a mistake. We learned last time, tax cuts, higher spending, aggressive tariffs did not create inflation in the United States. It created inflation in a sector, and that sector was inevitably renewable energy. JEPI, an interesting ETF. We're going to start moving some assets into JEPI. It's an income fund that pays, a 7 to 9% dividend. It's a really interesting fund. It's actually an ETF. It's not a fund per se, but something that really just something to kind of get you guys to understand. Okay, we do have some ETFs that are starting to use options in some way, shape, or form. Interesting article, and this is for an individual that I think is here. Yes. So the article talks about a 52-year-old CEO. As I became a billionaire, my wife brought my kids for playtime, and then he went back to work. Someone has asked again, hey, what does it take to do what you're doing? And in all honesty, it was about 4 to 5 years of pure hell and working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, 2 jobs, studying, learning. It is brutal. No, I'm not a billionaire. In fact, I'm not even bringing in $1 million, but I'm getting there. The short answer is that's done from learning how to trade for myself. That's done for trading for other people. It's done to do those things that other people won't do. Webinars on Monday nights, doing research. Just because the market's up, yes, technically it's a day off. The amount of information I consume, and I go through basically about 2 of those yellow pads of paper just for notes and information and things I'm thinking of and calculations. It's a lot of work if you give a crap. If you don't want to give a crap, just go work for Goldman Sachs. That's the way to go. It's a lot less work. No, it's not your own business, but you can kind of pretend it is, and you're in good shape. Very interesting article for one of you that's here to read about what it would take to get up and going. I believe 100% in what that article says. Square stock falls on Q3 revenue miss, disappointing outlook. Yet today it was up. Well, I showed you the what, $13, 17% or something today. Pretty darn cool to have your numbers work out, even if they don't meet what the analyst said. You do your own work and you find out it's not nearly as bad as they say it's going to be. I found an article, the Fed's just cut interest rates. What gets cheaper? I just found it interesting. And obviously I've got that article, China announces a $1.4 trillion package over 5 years to tackle local government's hidden debt. This is how they're going to float the local governments. This is where their money is going to that they're printing. It's make China great again type of thing. So with that said, any questions you guys have for me? And yes, I know one of you asked it. Let me get back to it. So the question, are you expecting a Christmas rally, even though markets are basically overbought? And the answer is yes. And the answer is because it always happens. It always happens that a couple big firms go all in and money follows it. I don't know how long it's going to be. Yes, I've got protection on certain things right now because of earnings and because they've crossed below the 200-day or the 50-day moving averages. But the short answer is yes. I will imagine for some point in time, we will go a week or two or three or four or into the inauguration of our 47th president. But yes, I am expecting a Christmas rally. And we will also be taking protection off to go all in a certain direction for a certain period of time. So yes, to answer that question that was typed before, yes, I am thinking of that. And of course, someone just brought in past performance is no guarantee of future earnings, which is 100% correct. But past performance is a guarantee of stupid people doing stupid things. So yes, there's never not been a Christmas rally until there isn't. And you are 100% correct. The but side is though, but it's my belief that when stupid people do stupid things, and there are plenty of those people out there, the trend is not broken yet. So yes, again, we've got protection on certain stocks. Apple, Micron was put on today. Disney was rolled up today. What a great run by Disney today. I don't know if you guys noticed Disney. It's okay, I'll run you through one more. What an amazing run Disney had today. And not like it's super spectacular. It's not 11.86% square, but we broke 100. And 101.02 is the 200 day. To put it in perspective, we went from 95 to 108. Basically, if you want to, from October lows of 91.46, we're up 10% in a month and a bit. We got some good runs coming up here, and I'm excited to see for some of our stocks. All right. Any other questions you guys have or comments? Any comments from the peanut gallery? If not, as always, I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate you obviously being here. I do hope this helps you. And my goal with Dave is to get this posted up by noon Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. So that's what we're trying to get done for you here so that you can have access to this. All right, I don't see any other questions coming in. Guys, have a wonderful night. I appreciate you being here. We are probably going to go through next week. And then for Thanksgiving, I'm not sure our schedule for Thanksgiving next. I don't know our schedule yet for Thanksgiving. So we may be taking that week off only because of a travel schedule with me. I'll see if Keith's interested in taking it over. And then we'll do at least a couple more weeks, but we will be shutting things down for us. We're going to be shutting things down for the webinars on Monday, the 16th of December will be our last webinar. And then we'll come back and start them again on January 6th. That'll be our run for the year. So, guys, have a wonderful evening. Pleasure being here. Look for this at noon Mountain Standard Time tomorrow to hopefully be posted. And appreciate you guys being here. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.